What's up, Swig Squad? What's up, everybody? Hello, hello, hello. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys? Do you hear what I hear? Can y'all hear me? Hello, Swig Squad. Good evening. Hope everybody's what's today? Monday. Hope everybody's Monday was enjoyable and everything they wanted it to be. Let me know if y'all can't hear me, because I'll start all over again. But I come to you today with my review from Married to Medicine, season 11, episode 12. If you are not like interested in this show, like, and you're not able to like follow along, just you're not gonna be interested. So I just say exit stage left. And hey, open book. Good evening. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Is my uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. I hope I ain't go okay. I didn't go on mute. Okay. Yes, so I come to you this evening to do a review for Married to Medicine, and it's season 11, episode 12. So this is a repeat. Well, not a repeat, but the story is moving along. Uh-oh. I don't know what the hell going on. I don't know if you wanna. Hello, Keith. Yeah, so I'm doing a review on uh Married to Medicine, season 11, episode 12. So it's moving along. Quad and King is running after Dr. G. Dr. G is moonwalking on back because he don't want none of King's smoke. Hey, let me get these kids out of here. So, he went moonwalking open book. He was like, woo! And King was running towards him. He was like, woo, whoa. He was so pissed because he the loudest man in the room. Although he the littlest man in the room, he's the loudest man in the room. And usually, men kind of ignore men like him. So by that being his ex-wife, he felt like he should have had a little control going on, and he should have been able to, boss up on her without nobody saying nothing. He didn't know how King was coming though. King was coming like, this my girl now. You ain't about to do all that you was doing. All that smoke you had back then, she mad now. Ain't none of that going on. Why she mad? Dr. G couldn't take that. So he moonwalking backwards. Then, yeah, Sweet Tea was ready to jump him quicker than Sweet Tea, rougher than Dr. She got more G in her than Dr. G do. So Mimi gonna run over there to Sweet Tea. Now I like Mimi, but I did not like her. They're trying to come in between your covenant. Don't let them. No, they're trying to come in between. Girl, don't nobody want this funky covenant. This girl, this is a mess. Do you think anybody care about this? You think somebody looking on the outside of this, looking in, saying, wow, I wish I had, that's all I need. That's the only thing I'm missing in life. If I had something like they have, I would be okay. You know, that's all I want. Ain't nobody looking at them saying that. So that little church show they did, I just was wondering, like, what was the point of it? Because Phaedra speaking in tongues, I guess. Contessa running over there. They all praying in a circle, trying to get a. I'm like, what is really going on the beach? What is happening? I like King too. Open book. I do. I like King too. And so Dr. G started off telling Sweet Tea that it wasn't her fault. You know, he was actually apologetic about like pulling her into this because he knew how invested she was in order, you know, to take up for him and to run over there for him. And you know, he started off on a good foot because he was just like, you know, I do not, you know, I mean, he knew that he had put her in that position and he didn't want her in that position. So he was cool in the beginning. But anyway, before it backfired. So Quad just grabbed King and just like, baby, you got too much to lose. It's just too much. But then did Sweet Tea I didn't get the gist of this. When they was on that boat, did she say something about senior citizens or something? She said something about senior citizens, women. And I'm like, I mean, see, she talking about respect my elders or these, or she a senior citizen. And I'm just like, how old is your man, sweetheart? You're not able to call them old when your husband is older than them. Like, I don't think that you're really able to talk about them. Like, how you gonna do this? Let me these kids out of here. Yeah, her husband old. Let me get these people. Thank you, Kill Switch. But yeah, so I'm just like the old jokes, like I don't understand where she be coming from because she is the youngest one, but it just be killing me because you got an older man. So it's like, why would you want to continue to like try to put them down when your man is older than them? So calm down. But Phaedra had got mad because she felt like Dr. Jackie, nobody had her back. She said she felt like she was on an island alone. Hello, Officer Anderson. My thing with Phaedra is Phaedra, you have done so much mean girl shit. Y'all please hit that thumbs up, that like button on the way in, please. So you have done so many or so much mean girl tactics in your past that I'm not understanding where this unity that you're expecting from everybody else is supposed to come from. We have not forgotten when you made it your business to carry this bone about Candy and Todd doing something to people in a dungeon, and then you carried the bone about Kenya, whatever Apollo lied and said that she did to him, even though he admitted that he lied. But you forever a part of some mean girl type ish. Like, why? How are you now able to tell somebody that you don't want to be in this group because you feel like they're mean girls and you don't want to be around any mean girls? You want to be around, hey Pepper, you want to be around some people who gonna have your back, or who gonna ride for you, or you want to feel like you got some unity somewhere. You don't let nobody else feel like they have any unity. So why would you expect something that you yourself is not willing to give to nobody? Because you ain't really been a friend to nobody. Make her exit. Yeah, because that's what she was trying to do. That's why she said, I don't think I want to be around y'all. I don't think I want to be around y'all no more. And because she don't need them no more. She was just using them anyway, until, and then you was kicked off of Real Housewives of Atlanta for all these years because of some dumb shit that you said where you was being a mean girl. But now you gonna call them a mean girl? But anyway, she went on and got on her private jet, and her and what's the boy named Shaq, they went on and got out in style. I said, okay, Faye, I ain't mad at you, girl. Go on, take your private jet and yo Goonie Mobile and Goonie Goon on up out of here, honey girl. Because although Dr. Jackie don't have no loyalty to nobody, and Dr. Jackie ain't nothing but a Dr. Heavenly, but she's just quieter, I wouldn't expect her to have no loyalty to you, no way, Phaedra. I would not want her. I wouldn't expect anybody to have any unity or alliance for Phaedra, because Phaedra has never shown anybody that she had any alliance to anything. She ain't. Anyway, so Phaedra went on and left. Um, and yeah, and then she had been allegedly doing stuff, calling down to the courthouse, trying to get Candy's restaurants taken down and giving bad grades, like with her connects at the courthouse and stuff. She was doing all kind of sneaky, underhanded stuff behind people back. So, girl, miss me with that bullshit talking about you wanted somebody to have your back and speak up for you and be there for you and all of that. But Dr. Jackie, you know, she went on and fake begged her, tried to act like she really wanted her to stay, and that she was an important person on the trip. But also, Apollo, you had your wife with you. Why was you mad that she was with your homeboy? Like, what was the point of that? I'm like, I'm not understanding all of these disgruntled exes that left these relationships that they didn't, that were no longer serving them. Didn't you leave? Wasn't you done? Like, you don't want her no more. So even if that is your friend, what difference do it make? Like, okay. So they Apollo and Shireen, they ended up leaving. Phaedra and Shaq ended up going on their little jet thing. I knew Phaedra was gonna leave too, because Phaedra don't like answering to nothing. So you know how she do some shit and then she just bust up and leave the whole scene. She don't want to answer for nothing. Like, she don't want to answer for like her lies. She don't want to be checked on anything. That's why when she first came on the show, they said she was telling them, when we filming, nobody can talk about Apollo. Like, This was your whole life. This was your nigga. Like, this is what we really want to know about you. What you mean? And they let her do it though. Told her you couldn't they couldn't talk about Apollo. Anytime anybody brought it up, you see nothing was filmed about nobody saying nothing about Apollo until Dr. Heavenly was saying in her lives. And then she would talk about him, and she was the one who let the cat out the bag and was like, that woman don't even want you to talk about Apollo. But anyway, so that was three couples gone. Apollo and Shireen. Is the girl named Shireen or Sharina? Phaedra and Shaq, and Sweet Tea and Ike Turner / Dr. G. Dr. G be tapping that ass, I believe, because he just was too crunk on this episode last night. Dr. G he was very agitated by the fact that she had somebody who would speak up for her. Yeah. Oh, exactly. Yes. Mm-hmm. He didn't want her because, see, it was cool when they asked you and your new wife to come on the show, and you was excited about coming on the show because you felt like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna come on the show with my new wife, and we gonna flex in my ex-wife face, and she gonna be mad, and she gonna be wishing that she had somebody, because of course nobody knew that Quad would have nobody. Now that but you know what I said, open book. I said, Sweet Tea saw them episodes. I don't care how much she lied, like she ain't watched this show and she only watched this season and that season. You saw this show and you saw how he treated Quad, and you still jumped in that man's DMs and said, I could give you what you want. I could give you what you need. I could give you what you girl, you would be a fool to reproduce with that fool, because, and I am not totally against marriages at all, but they not gonna make it. They not gonna make it. What? First of all, if her mama anything like a mama, once she starts seeing this show, she gonna be like, who the fuck is he talking to? Wait a minute, baby. Hold on, baby. Mama ain't raised no fool. Now, you ain't no doormat. Why do he feel like every time he talk to you, he gotta belittle you? And what you just a doting, supporting wife? Yeah, it is. But this is what I'm saying, Pepper. You saw how that man was with her. You saw how she kept talking about how he was trying to jump on her, and they had all of these incidents, and where they was talking about knives and all kind of altercations, and you still said, I could get pregnant. I could have a baby. If he want a baby, I can give him a baby. Like, why would you want to? Because once y'all get divorced, can you imagine having a co-parent with that sawed off half of a wannabe man who is not certain of his manhood, and his ego can fit in my hand, and now you are going to co-parent, and he is going to make your life a living hell because he the one who, I mean, seems that he's the most financially stable, because she was like, I get a little access to the money. Girl, them little coins that man got, that man still got the same kitchen table and them counters and all that stuff that he had when Quad was there. That's the money you talking about. So I cannot imagine how it is going to be once she has a child with him, and then he can control her even more. Then, once she gets sick of that shit, because she ain't going to want her child to see that. Once she gets sick of that, that's when it's going to start going awry. That's when it's gonna start, being an issue with them, and that's when he really gone, because he really becomes, seems like once he breaking up, he becomes an asshole. Because to me, the way that they edit that scene on the beach when Quad was on top of King and talking to him, and they were sitting right behind him, and Quad was just popping off at the mouth because she was drunk, and he said, and she said, I love sweet tea from my ex-husband. He said, we don't care what you like. He didn't even have to respond to her. You didn't have to say anything to that woman. She was drinking. She just running off at the mouth because she was drinking. She didn't say anything negative or derogatory towards you. She just said she loves her for you. And then there you go. He can't help himself. That's that little woman he got in him. That little teacher woman he got in him. But anyway, the guys go and they smoking cigars or whatnot, and they're talking about that, it's usually pretty peaceful against the guys. The guys are usually you know just kicking the shit. It's usually the women who start all the mess, and who always somebody about to fight, and everybody got to pull everybody back. And the men, are usually respectful and peaceful, and they have more of a camaraderie, and they are a group. And not this time. So Contessa and them, they FaceTime Dr. G and Sweet Tea, and he's still fussing. He's still upset. I'm just like, why is he still? They're all the way at home now. Like, why is he still? He still had the exact same amount of energy. Like, he was still there. Like, you're not here anymore, sir. Like, didn't a little bit of that gas get let out a little bit of that air? Like, didn't some of that come down? Like, you done got home, you done relaxed, y'all done chilled out, getting over the jet lag and all of that flying and all of that, and you've gotten back to some normalcy, and got yourself together, cool, calm, collected, then had a little drink and stuff. Hey, you still rah-rah. I'm like, Dr. G, what is it gonna take for you to calm down? He always had an anger issue, Pepper. He has. I think they brought him back for drama, but they also brought him back so that um they can, like, in Quad face. They wanted to show Quad, like, show her, so to speak, that look at your ex-husband and his new wife, his new young wife, because of course the fact that she's younger is like a bigger deal. And Quad could care less. She don't care that he got another wife. Like she said, I left him. What am I gonna be? What I'm gonna be mad about? I I I kicked him out. Like, I left. I didn't want to be bothered with that no more. But they wanted to see like the sparks between them. And I wish Quad wouldn't have got triggered like that. Like, I just wish that she wouldn't have got triggered. But the thing about it is, he didn't even, like, I would have got triggered too, because he's doing the same exact thing. He didn't change at all. The true apology is change behavior, and he did not change a bit. And now she's watching him treat his current wife with the same disrespect that he treated her with, and that has to be triggering. I could believe that. I can believe that that's triggering. Let's see. Oh, so they back at when they was at the table, and and um um Dr. G was talking about, yeah, it was about to go down. It was about to be, what did he say? He said, oh, emotions were high. It was going to be a fight to the deaths. And Sweet Tea was like, nah, not the deaths. Nah. And then, supportive wife that she is, she even said, I was gonna get him. Or I was gonna get him for you. And then, hey, Karen. And she was like, I was going to get him for you, or I was going to jump on him for you, or something like that. And instead of him saying, baby, you was going to get him, what was you going to do, baby? So what was you going, baby, you was going to punch him for me, baby? Like, she couldn't even say that she was going to try to help or anything, because he has to demean her. He has to belittle her. I don't understand what that psyche of that is in that man. Because if she's talking about, she wanted to help you, and she really wanted to do something to this man that she thought was running after you, you couldn't just play along with her and say, yeah, baby, I know you was gonna get him, wasn't you? She like, well, when I was in the she was in the Air Force, and I trained in combat, and it don't matter if you a male or a female. She shouldn't have even had to go that far, because I don't believe that she was saying it like I was gonna beat the man ass. I believe that she kind of went into it as a kind of a key, but he's so insecure and so much of a little man, he just had to just go off on her. He tells her, oh, what do you know? Do you know him? Do you know him? And she's like, well, no, but it was a lot of people there. So I'm sure that they wouldn't have allowed you guys to go all the way there. You don't know him, and you naive. And that's what's wrong with you. You naive. Like, she can't even make a joke and say she's gonna help her husband. She can't say that she was gonna kick the man for you. She was gonna kick him in the kneecap. Like, it's like you didn't want her to say anything like protecting you or trying to defend you in any way, because you guys are partners. Y'all are a team. He just straight up belittle her. And she said it wouldn't have been a fight. It wouldn't have gone that way. And then I'm just done. Get up and walk away. I hate when people do that. Don't walk away from me, especially while we discuss it. We don't even have to have a knockdown, drag out argument. But if we're expressing ourselves, even if we're disagreeing, the fact that we're disagreeing doesn't mean that you have to cut me off. And now you are ignoring me. And now you're going to remove yourself from the room that I'm in and go to another part of the house. That is so disrespectful. So she followed him upstairs. I don't know why she did that. I would have left that mother. You go upstairs. You go upstairs. I would have left the house. I would have got my keys and I would have drove off. But she followed him up them stairs. And why did she do that? He went off. You making me angry. You better stop saying that. It's your fault. It's your fault. What is her fault? What's her fault? What did the lady do? I'm like, Dr. G, you don't deserve her. Dr. G does not deserve Sweet Tea. I mean, and I'm sure that he chose her and he married her because of how passive and understanding she is. Quiet was a little too sassy for him. She was, she's going to, just like she was up there, like, just be quiet. I mean, he knew he had a mic on. He knew them cameras was still in that house. He wasn't oblivious. He didn't black out. It wasn't even no reason for him to black out. He knew that those cameras were still in that house. He knew that their mics was still on, and he knew that he was talking to her like she was the scum of the earth. I do not like men to have to feel like they have to belittle their women. I just do not like that. I don't like the fact that, I mean, you are the man. Clearly, it's not a confusion from anybody. We don't have to decide who's the man and who's the woman. So we know that you're the man. She gives him the utmost respect. She's so mild and meek when she's even arguing with him. She allows him to get his space. She doesn't walk up in his face. She's not sassy. She's not loud. She's very reserved and respectful to me. And he just continues to belittle her. She said, I'm looking out for the team. He said, if you looking out for the team, what he say? Start listening to the leader of the team. See, he's one of those men that has to be reassured over and over and over again that he's the man. Sweetie, you're the man. Sweetie, if we couldn't do this without you. Sweetie, if there was no you, there would be no me. Sweetie, everything that we've done is because of you. You've done. Gregory does everything. Gregory has all the ideas. Gregory just goes, "Hey, Nisha, thank you." And Gregory just goes and he makes all the decisions, and I just let him take over everything because Gregory always has the best ideas. He knows the best places for us to go. He's just such a smart man. He's always on top of things. I just love the way he handles business. Like this, he has to always hear that in order for him to feel like a man. Like he gotta you gotta keep the compliments going, keep the reassurance coming, because he gonna have a tantrum like this. He told her to stop saying stupid stuff. Stop saying stupid stuff. What? This is your wife. What is, oh my God. What is wrong, sir? Like, do you like her? And how can, then you a psychiatrist. You speak to people for a living. Yep. That's why she left him. She said he controlling Karen. But this is what you do for your career. You speak to people. You give people tools to navigate them through the tough times in life. You help people to not pop off. You help people to keep a cool head. You tell people how not to get overly bothered and aggressive. And this is what you teach people this, and you get paid for this. And you mean to tell me you can't start it in your own home under your own roof? Although this is what you do all day, every day, you cannot under your own roof. Keep it going. Like, you can't even use the tools that you probably tell other people to use so that they won't pop off or get too aggressive or make anybody afraid or appear to be chauvinistic. You talk to people every day to help them along the way with these things. And you're horrible at them. You suck at them yourself. You suck at them. He told her she was gonna make him go off. And yeah, he was gonna go off. So she had to stop talking. She had to keep everything to herself. Um, they ended up oh, he told her that she couldn't do anything because she's a woman. That's another thing. I hate that chauvinistic thing that he does. It's only these are all tactics to make him feel bigger than he is. The couples all met up and had a couples retreat with the color yellow. The color yellow is supposed to what mean friendship, I believe. I believe this is just my opinion. Me and my sister say he was married to Quiet. We didn't know what kind of psychiatrist she was watching the show. But I know I wouldn't, girl. You think I wouldn't even. That he couldn't talk to me for 5 minutes, Pepper. I swear that you couldn't tell me how to put my shoe on right. I wouldn't listen to nothing, especially while you running out of here popping off at exes and you got your wife all scared and she don't even want to talk and she's shaking and she trying to follow you up the stairs to finish the conversation and she can you just and then she talking low because she don't want you to excuse me, she don't want you to think that she's getting loud or that she has any bass in her voice. So she's really calm, respectful. She's watching the words that she used. I can hear it in her tone in her conversation. I could see her watching her tone. I could see her easing into those conversations, easing into her responses, trying to like calm him down. Just okay, Gregory, stop. Just be quiet. Okay, just be quiet. Like she's trying herself to calm him, to look, she probably using the tools that she done heard him use on his Christmas. Hey Monica, girl, how you doing? Thank you. Thank you for joining. She probably done heard him talking to his clients and she using the same tactics that he tell his clients to use. She using them on him. He ain't even using his own stuff, but she is. And I couldn't do anything but respect her. I was in the comments today. I forgot. I think we were on I think I was on Erica De Niro page. And we were in the comments and somebody commented and said that they admire the strength of Sweet Tea and how she's able to calmly show that she's reserved and not blow up with him. And I said, that's amazing that us as a society, like instead of us like having outrage about the fact that he was emotionally and verbally abusing her, we can find a compliment in the woman. Hey Johnny, we could find a compliment in the woman because of her calmness and her being reserved. But emotionally, that woman probably losing scruples by the day. Yeah, this is what she's displaying on the outside, but up here, oh my God, he probably got her going all kind of bananas. I know he do. I know that she is intimidated. I know she jumps like she's afraid when he comes because he seems like that type. All that barking and that hollering and that belittling and that berating, it's like there is. I know the house is not peaceful. And God works in mysterious ways. It could be a reason why y'all not reproducing right quick because you're a young woman. We know men can have babies until they 100. Didn't Robert De Niro just have a baby? Men can have babies forever and they still cannot get pregnant. That may be a blessing on her end because can you imagine how much anxiety this baby is going to have once you bring this baby into the world and you got this short piece of sawed off man doing all this hollering and screaming over almost nothing at the house and your baby trying to rest and sleep and nap and your baby got to keep on waking up because he got to keep on hearing that would just ooh, that would be next level for me. I'd be like, oh no, my baby not growing up and being on edge every time he hears somebody holler or every time somebody clink a cabinet or a pot against something, he jumping and he nervous. It's not, hey, Rolanda, thank you for joining. It's not, I just don't feel like, I think that this episode really showed everybody because it seemed like to me now I know that he and Quad went through their thing and we saw them like on the reunion when she let stuff out, but and he did belittle Quad a little bit too, but I don't remember it ever getting as intense as he did last night with Sweet Tea. It just got really, really intense. And when he told her, you a woman, what you gonna do? You a woman. I was like, is that what you think of her? Like, she's also your helpmate. So do you feel like she can't do anything or she's just there to have a baby? Like, is that what you see when you look at women? You don't, instead of looking at them as strong mates, you look at them as just somebody to bear your children. And I just feel like I feel so bad for her. And I saw that Quad posted earlier today. Um, you know, though Sweet Tea has said some things about me that, you know, didn't put me in the best light. I was triggered watching him. Hey Riley, I was triggered watching him talk to her like that. So, the best and the most effective apology is change behavior. Her having to watch that. Yeah, she didn't never back down, Karen. Yeah. And you know what, Karen, that's why I said that's why he chose her. He chose her because she don't pop up like Quad did. Quad always has something else to say. Do you see the difference in the communication style of Quad and the communication style of Sweet Tea? Get along with other Black women. Think about that. Your experiences. Say, how do I get along with other Black women? Maybe do a live about, oh, Rolanda. Well, it's been my experience. Yeah. He did want to passive aggressive. He did. Rolanda, it's been my experience that I get along a lot better with women when I don't make everybody my friend. I talk to women, converse with women, we'll exchange tips on motherhood, relationships, our opinions on whatever. But I've even traveled with women that wasn't friends. I think that women start we have a us women, we have a problem when the friendships come involved, when the friendships come into play. Because envy is a tough emotion to hide. And as women, I don't know what it is about envy. We can't have it. We just can't. I don't know what it is. We can't do it. So as long as you don't have to be in another woman's space for a long period of time, I think I mean, everybody ain't your friend. That's how I feel about the situation. That's something that I could do a live on one day. Um, Let me get this person out. But yeah. So I think he is used to passive women and women who don't hey Jazzy J, thank you. Thank you for joining. But I think Dr. G is a lot better. I think that he appreciates Sweet Tea more than he did Quad, because he always talking about how her mouth's so big and she always gotta talk and she always got something to say and she always gotta make a comment. Ain't that what people do? People make comments, but Sweet Tea, you see that day after him and Quad got into it on that beach and he went back to the room, I told you to stop talking and you gotta stop. It's no way in the world that Quad would have stood there and been like, well, I just said something because she said something to me. I was just responding to her, and he's steadily scolding her because she spoke up for herself, because she felt like she had to. And he like, and that's what I told you. And I told you don't say nothing to her. Don't never say nothing to her. Well, she felt like she needed to respond, Dr. G. Ike, man. That's her. She could do that. But he was just so adamant about trying to get her together, and then just stormed out the room again. Half pint little man. He always just gonna lead a scene. I'm just gonna run out and I'm gonna slam a door or two. Just like a little, I'm just so angry. I gotta go take a walk. Boy, go take your ass on somewhere and walk. Go drown. I ain't gonna say that. Go drown. Go in the water and run all the way out there until you can't feel the sand no more. Just run all the way out there and go. Just keep running, keep running, and keep running. Yeah, Pepper. Uh-huh. But I think he do put his hands on Sweet Tea. What about that? When I saw that back and forth between them, I said, oh, he whooping her ass. Hey, Kayla. I said, oh, he whooping her ass. It ain't no reason why he wouldn't be. Why wouldn't he? He did everything else. I said, oh, at least he done slapped her. Open hand slapped her. He's very controlling. Yep, Quad got a mouth. And he hates that. But Sweet Tea doesn't. But she still get the same treatment, the same response, and she's nothing like Quad. She's going to diffuse the situation. She's going to be reserved. She's going to be respectful. See, that's what lets you know it don't matter the personality type. He just is going to beat the table, beat his chest, and have to let everybody know he is the man, because it is no reason. Quad and Sweet Tea are nothing alike. Quad got style, Sweet Tea country than a mother. Quad got a little edge on her, Sweet Tea none. Quad is going to hit you back. She's going to, if you say something that she don't like, she's going to let you know that you said something that she didn't like. Sweet tea, sweet tea, not. You see how she was, Gregory, wait, Gregory, just, okay, Gregory, we're a team. I just want to do what's best for the team. I just want what's best for the team. I would have been knocking that. You know that game at Dave and Buster's where them heads come up and you beat them with that thing and you beat all the heads down and you get more points the more you beat them. I would have been beating that fool on the top of his head or every time he said something because it don't matter. You can be licking his boots. He's still going to respond like that. Disrespectful, aggressive. Oh, whack-a-mole. Is that what it's called? Yes. I would have been beating that every time that head pop up. I would have been beating it back, just beating it back down. Shut your little bitty, itty bitty. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I would have some words for that man. He would have been and gave me 2 black eyes. he wouldn't have married me for 5 minutes. Cause ain't no way. Yeah, Rolanda, they sure will. They sure will. And that's what I'm saying because it's no reason why we should see the same Dr. G in a totally different woman that we saw in Quad. Quad is nothing like her. It's no reason. It's so he should not show up as who he showed up as when he was married to Quad. We shouldn't even see that man because he doesn't have to be on the defense like that because he has a wife who doesn't have as much of a voice as Quad did. So he doesn't have to be as aggressive and belittling and disrespectful and barraging. It's just he just so extra. And nothing tells me, nothing about him, his movements and his actions says to me that he's a calm man and he can calm himself down. And that while Sweet Tea is trying to massage his miserable spots and she's rubbing his leg and saying things like, sweetie, I'm just doing what's good for the team. She's not saying any triggering words. She's not confrontational at all. Period, point blank. She's not on the defense. All she said was, that's my opinion. That's just how I feel. That's what I think. That's my opinion. And she's entitled to her opinion. She didn't say anything threatening. She didn't say anything masculine. She wasn't saying anything. It's just, to me, the type of a man that he is, he should be way more gentle with Sweet Tea. Yeah, they are outnumbered, but he act like that because he only 4'11" off the ground, and something tells me that he probably working with this, and that's without the nail. I'm just talking about like this, probably like this. So it looked like he probably worked. I could tell because he ain't got no big energy. All of this rah, 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 all of this stuff is saying, I'm a man. I'm a man because I'm the man. And it's like, you don't have to keep saying that because we can see it. And this woman that you have is so defenseless. She's so meek. And she comes, especially when she talks to him. Now, when she talking to Heavenly and Quad and arguing with the girls, yeah, she rah-rah like that. But when she talking to him, she almost, I know. I hate his voice. Ooh, I be wanting to punch his voice. I want to punch him in the throat just so he can get some bass or something in it. I hate his voice. I'm like, and then it's like you don't have to like continue to prove yourself. Rolanda, I'm serious. That man ain't. That man ain't. That man ain't a man. But But it just baffles me because where he should be different and where he should approach things different because he's being approached different. He can't even do that. He the same person with everybody. He's going to be the same. Who he was with Quad is who he is with Sweet Tea. And it was just really jacked up. I hope Sweet Tea saw Quad's post when she said, "I don't miss that," and I was triggered because I remember that, and she doesn't deserve that. This woman is trying. She's coming to you on her knees, trying to let you know her guards are down, her hands are up, her mouth is shut. She not being no how men say women want to be rah rah and they want to match you word for word. She's nothing like that. Yeah. Sweet Tea is Dr. G's wife, Royal. But she's so different from who Quad is. So Dr. G should also be different. He should be somebody different than who we remembered from back then. We should see him with her and we should see, like he real gentle. I see now. It takes a gentle woman to make him be a gentle man. That shit just so it don't matter. He just gonna be hollering and screaming and jumping on the table with everybody. I said, "Woo, this Dr. G, this Ike G, ooh, Ike G is something else." And it couldn't be my sister or my daughter that I'm watching on TV and this Negro think he about to talk to my kinfolk any kind of way. Cause then that's when I'm gonna come in and then I'm gonna be like, if she ain't finna say it, I will. Yes. I feel like that too, Pepper. That's what I said. I was like, he should have, first of all, he wanted to make Quad jealous because he didn't want Quad to have a man. So he just wanted to just show her that he had a wife and his wife was younger, and that was just gonna make her jealous. But once he saw that she was there, she had a partner, and you couldn't do that no more, why you didn't take another angle and say, I'm about to start treating my wife nice. I'm gonna be nice to her. I'm gonna be respectful. I'm not gonna cuss at her. I'm not gonna holler at her. I'm not gonna raise my voice. I'm not gonna storm out the room and slam the door. I'm not gonna do nothing that I did with Quad. Let me show her, and Quad would have been like, "Wow, okay, so he really, you know, she really brings out a different man in him." She brings out somebody that I didn't have. So she, because of her calm demeanor and her calm approach and how she's quiet and how she's mild and meek and respectful and soft spoken, she gets a totally different Gregory. That shit ain't true. That girl getting the same, if not worse, cause it looked like, shh, yeah, it looked like he worse. And the part where they did this little lemon thing, this lemon squeeze session, that looked like a session to put Quad in her place. That looked to me like we gonna make Quad think twice because we're friends. Mimi and her husband are cool with Dr. G and Sweet Tea. So it seemed like we're gonna scold Quad because we're gonna let her know that she needs to heal. She needs to get some healing. We ain't gonna say nothing about Dr. G. We just gonna we just gonna um get Quad together. You know what I'm saying? That's all we gonna do. I'm like, I didn't like that. I did not. I did not like that at all. I didn't like the fact that it seemed like they were like targeting her, and they were like saying um just making comments that were geared towards her correcting herself. And it's like she should have done more self-reflecting. And nothing, it wasn't nothing said about Dr. G, even though the Mimi girl, she tried to, I just want everyone to just heal themselves and make sure that they get over things and they come healed and don't try to come before you're able to heal and all this stuff. I just thought that it was something that, to me, they were trying to correct Quad's behavior instead of letting Dr. G know, okay, sir, you gonna have to pipe down. You gotta cut this out. This is I wouldn't even want my husband to have all of those emotions for his ex-wife. I would not want that. Like, why are you so why does she why does she still touch you in that way? Why does she still get that reaction out of you um, for such a stale, gone relationship? It's over. You guys are no longer together, no longer in touch with one another. Why does she still incite this fire in you like that? What is that I see? Like I would rather like question that. Like why is all that energy necessary for her? Like why when she was sitting there talking when she was drunk and he reared back and we don't care how you feel. We don't care what you think. Why did you feel the need to respond to that? I know they are boring. I don't really. I'm just looking like what they gonna do. I'm waiting on Karen. I'm waiting on Mimi and her husband to show me something. I'm hoping they got some kind of story that they gonna show us that we just ain't seen yet. Cause Quad and Dr. G acting such a fool. We can't get to nobody else. But they also wanted Quad and Dr. G on that show so that they ain't have to do no work. Dr. Heavenly, she don't want nobody to know nothing about her marriage and her and Dr. Daddy. She don't want nobody to know nothing about what's going on with her. Toya and her doormat, Eugene, that she walking over. We already know everything about them. It ain't much else to know. Dr. Jackie and Dr. Simone, they just don't want to work. While Quad and them is acting the ass, they don't have to do nothing but try to, be the referee between them. Yeah, they probably thinking they ghetto. Uh-huh. They probably like, this is a lot, honey. You see how they're conducting themselves? But I just think that they they wanted to isolate Quad and like shake the finger at her. I didn't like that too much because I felt like that conversation. Hey, Diamond, because Quad kept on going and going and going. Yeah, she did. She did. She kept going and going and going because she was drinking. But who's going to be the bigger person? Okay, we know she was drinking. We know that she had a little of the sauce. So They talking about how many times they get it popping a week. She talking about how she be throwing it in a circle and then she trying to get a baby. She looked back there. Hey, that one guy. She looked back there and she said, I like you for my ex-husband. That wasn't a harsh thing to say. That wasn't something that I felt like required a response. You're right, open book. She did. Of course she did. She knew she was antagonizing that man. But the thing about it is, Dr. G was already pissed. I told y'all when Quad had her tongue all down that nigga throat and was sitting on his lap and almost jumped in his pants with him, Dr. G was boiling because he know that she didn't have all of that PDA for him. She wasn't doing all that with him. She kept holding King face, the side of his face. She was sitting in between his legs, on almost got on top of his neck. She and then when they was talking about, oh yeah, we do 15 times a week. We do and Dr. G was about to blow a gasket when they kept talking. That's what made him really pissed because he looking like this. Karen, you say Dr. G got mad. Yeah, he did because he felt like this. She barely. Didn't he say how many years did he say they was in that house and wasn't doing nothing? They was not active. They was not sleeping in the same room. How many years was they together and they had not had intercourse? They had not even slept in the same room. And then even when they were sleeping in the same room, I never saw Quad like rub on his face like that and on the back of his head. I don't think he was. This ain't about to please too many people right here. And I mean, I can fake the best of them. I can fake the best of them. And I can see right here, this man, that's why he do all that. You can tell. I already know. I don't even got to see nothing. I can tell the way that he acts. It ain't going nowhere. It ain't doing nothing. Straight up. I know that because yeah. So when Quad was just overly talking and she was that was funny because she was illustrating and she kept saying like, oh, we be oh all night, oh all in every room and every day and this many times a day and I drop it like it's hot and I be doing this and I be doing that and he just sitting there like, oh, do you? Oh, do you really? And he remember you wouldn't even look at me. He like that didn't make him feel good either. And that's where it started. Quad did antagonize him. Yes, she did. She did go overboard because she was, sipping. Yes, she did. He didn't want to keep hearing that. He didn't want, but it's like, dog, you came on the show so you can rub this in her face. You just mad that now she don't one up you. I mean, ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. Dr. G wanted the baby too. Yep. Quan kept talking about him. Quan, yep. Karen, that's true. He was heated about that shit too. Cause Quan would never talk about. She was like, I ain't having no baby with you. Crazy the mother. I ain't. We will not be reproducing in this house. And she was like, oh, I'm gonna get him a baby. He's such a good father. And he got a baby already. And he a good daddy to his baby. And I love to see him be a father. He is such a good father. Dr. G was like, he wanted to fold his chair up and smack her in the back of the head. Like, shut the fuck up. You keep talking about this, and then King ain't have his shirt on. He body yaddy yaddy out. He look good. He tall. His voice deep. You present this to this. How he gonna stand up? He couldn't even stand on his money and be as tall and as uh verbally, I mean physically pleasing as King. He couldn't even stand on top of all his money and match up to King at all. Not even at all. Dr. G know where he at. He know where he can't go. He know who he can't mess with. And all he can do is just take it out on Sweet Tea. That's all he did. All he can do is, and that's all he do. Like when they was at the house in the kitchen talking, like, why did you have to call her naive? Why did you have to talk about her? Why did that have to be your response when all she said was, I was gonna help you, or I was gonna get in there. You know, why did it have to be you had to say something like, "Oh, you don't know him. You just so naive." It's like he just got angry, just like that. And that's another thing. He turns off like a switch. He just it's like boom, he on. It don't take much at all. And post Sweet Tea, she ain't even saying nothing bad. She not even the average black woman. She is seriously like saying all of the calming words, no triggering words. She's not saying anything confrontational. None of this conversation is confrontational. Nothing is at a larger octave than the last statement. She's monotone. She's speaking in a calm voice. She's saying all the right stuff. And look what she did. I don't know what to tell her. I don't know what to tell her. I know she need to run. I know that. I do feel like she needs to find her somebody else to reproduce with, because having children is very enjoyable. It's a very enjoyable experience unless you have them with the wrong person and you end up in some court battle all your life. You got to fight this man for weekends and weekdays, and he want to keep changing. Then when they got the money, they run the court system. He already, in the doctors and all of that. So he probably know lawyers and judges and all that stuff. She ain't gonna have a leg to stand on. I wouldn't dare reproduce with him. Before I get out of here, did y'all see Neo, the singer? He went and performed somewhere, and before he went to perform, he posted a picture. She seemed like a guy who's trying to make a man for God. Yeah, Pepper. She gonna definitely make it work out. She gonna. It's gonna go to the end. He gonna have to knock her head across the washer and dryer before she really get up out of there. Yeah. Yeah. He gonna have to. It's gonna take something extreme for her to finally leave. But Leo the singer, he went and performed somewhere, and before he performed, he posted a video where he kissed all 3 or 4 of his women. You guys, I don't know if you're familiar. He's in a poly relationship or a poly marriage or a poly situation, whatever. And they asked him, if he talks to his children about his situation. And he said yes. He has conversations with his children about this foolish, temporary behavior that he is dealing with right now. And he thinks that that is a manly thing. That is a good thing. That's a sexy thing. He says that he doesn't want to keep anything from his children, and he wants them to know the truth. And he said that one is going to make breakfast for you guys, one is